that feeling. Hey, welcome back to QOTD, the Question of the Day show, the game show that lets you be on the air, and you can join us on the air by recording your video answers to our awesome daily questions all week long. People have been doing exactly that. And now here we are at the Thursday Big Show, the weekly championship, where we select, or more should I say, you select the best answers to each question so they can make it to the finals with a final runoff, and then we have the QOTD of the week. JJ, Reid, Trish, how are you guys doing?
Hi.
Hi.
Did you have a good week?
Very good week.
Did you answer lots of questions?
Many questions.
Oh, yeah, no, this was a great week of questions, and there were a bunch of new ones. It was a really, really exciting week. But I would say that there was a tighter theme this week than we ordinarily see.
Absolutely. This week was all about Comic-Con and superheroes, so naturally we're getting high. Yes, we are going to talk about terrible edibles, but we're also launching into space to do a little work on the Death Star, and we're going to fly up to fictional fantasy worlds, and finally we're taking pet ownership to a whole new level.
I love it. Does anybody else have anything to say, or should we just dive right in?
Let's do it. Let's dive in.
So
Let's go. We're on our way to our first question, which was about fictional universes. Or rather, something terrible that you ate just to be polite. Well, for me, this would be every Sunday at my mom's house. Because she's just not a good cook. And the last time I was there, you guys, she made club crackers with sliced apples and melted cheese covered in cinnamon sugar.
Oh, you had me right until that point.
I know. It was just as terrible as you would have thought, but I made the mistake of eating it, and it is a mistake when you're eating food just to be polite, because then you just get served it again, right?
Yeah, but it was nice. It was nice. I know your parents. They're super people, and you know, if you make them happy by choking down some oversweet stuff, then that was good. Yeah, you get points for that in the afterlife.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Daughter of the year.
So before we go into the user answers, allow me to say that this is one of the new questions, and so whoever is voted the top answer among the six that we're going to play now gets $25, and if they make it to the finals and win, they're going to win another $100. But that's only for the new questions. We'll tell you which ones they are, but this is one of them.
Wow, that's big. That's big.
Yeah.
Well, I think we have some fan answers coming in now. So let's see what people have to say, what food they had to kind of choke down a little bit.
What is something terrible you ate just to be polite? Well, I've got to say, it was artichokes. Oh my goodness. I couldn't get them down. I literally, and it was dipping them in the leaves, dipping them in something. It was gruesome. In fact, I'm sure, if I remember rightly, I think I almost sicked them up behind a plant pot. It was disgusting. Never again, ever.
Yeah, well, they may choke Artie, but they ain't gonna choke Stymie.
I was invited to dinner by this man in South Korea. It was me and a friend, and he took us out to get this like really nice fish. But the fish was brought out to us raw, and then there were like these, and I don't mind raw fish. I eat nigiri all the time, but this fish had tiny little bones in it. So every time you ate it, you had to pull the bones out, and it took everything in me to eat that.
Ooh. It's hard when you have to work for your food too.
Homemade sushi. Homemade sushi. I'm sorry, sushi has to be prepared like a certain way in order for one, it to be edible, and two, you to not, I don't know, die or get food poisoning or be like super sick. Yeah, but I ate gross, bad sushi to be polite once.
That's love.
Yeah.
Truly.
Mushrooms. Always mushrooms. Always mushrooms. I hate them. Hate mushrooms. Hate them. Or kombucha. I mean, you don't really eat it, but kombucha, I don't know how people drink that. I mean, it tastes so awful, and you're drinking it. You're sitting there looking at them. They're, oh, how does it taste? Awful. Terrible. but you eat it to be polite, and you nod and you shake your head, going, that's really good. No, but mushrooms.
Guys,
Mush-
I'm feeling attacked. I love mushrooms and I love kombucha.
I actually hope she doesn't ever see this, but I don't think she will. But my mom's tuna casserole, that stuff is nasty. I mean, I used to be just like, oh yeah, it's great. Blah, blah, blah. Now I just, I'm not gonna put that on there. No, thank you. But yeah.
Yeah, that's iconic that dish. Yeah. Hot tuna mayonnaise.
I remember one year, my dad, who's an awful cook, like literally so bad. I remember one year he made this mac and cheese that he like inexplicably took to our holiday. Like, why do you take old, crusty, horrible mac and cheese that you don't know how to make to a family holiday where you know that there are people better? I was one of the only ones that ate it, and it was disgusting. But I would do it again.
Took it for the team. That's awesome. Well, now that we've heard all these 6 videos, it is time for us to vote. There are blue buttons across the bottom of your screen, and you click one of them corresponding to these people. If you are on YouTube, there are links in the chat that will take you right to where you can vote. You might just see a quick ad right here. Thank you to our sponsors. And we'll be right back. And otherwise, for those of you who don't see an ad, I'm just going to keep chit-chatting.
Again,
Yes, we
I'm
will.
I'm a little upset because I love artichokes, I love mushrooms, and I drink kombucha.
I've never had kombucha, but I know there's mixed reviews on it.
It's made out of mud, right?
I mean, yeah, it's one of those things where I understand why people don't like it, but I think I've just gotten into a habit to where like I'm desensitized to the weirdness of what I'm drinking.
Okay. Does it have some sort of like gut health?
Yeah,
Why-
it's super fermented. I don't know what exactly it is, but it's
But
Why-
sounds important. That's all I'm going to say.
I drink fermented drinks also, but they taste cold and delicious.
Also on the mushrooms angle, I gotta say, I also used to not like mushrooms, but then I grew up. I matured. And I think that's what and now they are incredible. They are one of my favorite foods, I would say.
Yes.
Mushrooms they make a dish. They make a steak.
I feel that way about artichokes also. I remember not understanding that until I had really good artichokes with a really good dip.
Hey,
And
can I insert myself in here? You know, JJ, I noticed that nobody here is like moving around. Did you click the little button that you need to click?
I just did now.
So, it may be a little bit. It'll be another 20 seconds until we can have the results to this amazing question. That's a button, by the way, that you should click kind of right away.
Good to know.
Pretty
We'll do
much
that for the future.
at the moment when I say, and we'll be right back after the word from our dear friends. Anyway, but I'm with you. Mushrooms are my favorite, and I love. And like the more exotic a mushroom, the more I like it.
yes.
Yeah.
But my real question is, how could Bart's father have so royally screwed up?
Oh.
Artichoke.
Yeah, artichokes. Now again, I love them with dip. I think spinach and artichoke dip is like perhaps one of my favorite delicacies. So just goes to show you that everybody's really different.
Yes.
Is it really a delicacy or is that like an Applebee delicacy?
Artichoke, yeah. No. Like, you ever eat artichoke off the artichoke, just like off the plant?
After it's been steamed, yeah.
I feel, it makes me feel fancy. Even when I'm eating the 4 for $4 or whatever Applebee's. I'm having the chicken dippers with artichoke dip at Applebee's is when I feel most elite.
Well, so Fifi Bell, congratulations. You've won yourself $25. And let's move on to the next question.
Yes, let's do it.
Oh, I see. Then this is the place.
There we go.
Ooh, we are talking about making out, guys. We wanted to know what the best makeout album of all time is. Anyone?
Ooh. Oh, I have to think. Okay. I don't don't know. Okay, I can't think of a good makeout album off the top of my head, but there is a good one in the club if you want to get like a little frisky. It's a one that I've been listening to recently. It's called it's by this duo called Justice, and it's called like Cross or something, and it's just like thumping dance music. I'm a huge fan of it. I can picture myself just like going wild in the club too, you know. Going
I want to go with like crystal music, you know, crystal new age. Like, even though I can't stand to hear it normally, I think it would be really good makeout music.
Maybe like a Sade. I'm listening to like a couple of her songs.
Enya, something Celtic.
The Cranberries.
Yes.
I love it. Yeah, no, I think we have some answers coming in from fans. So let's see what makeout albums they recommend for us.
So 10 out of 10, it's hard to find an album because I feel like you need a mix of everything, but I would say Wildest Dreams by Majd Jordan. I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but he's done a couple songs with Drake too, and he's got a good style.
That has been mentioned several times.
Yeah.
The one that comes to mind is that one 1975 album. I think it's something like I Love to Watch You When You Sleep. It's a creepy name, but there's a lot of good songs on there for making out.
Yeah, no.
You
had to write it first.
Give it a listen. It's pretty good.
The best makeout album would have to be anything by Duckworth. His songs are super good. And they're just like so like romantic sometimes too. Like they have that vibe about them. Yeah, he writes a lot of romantic songs. And so I think any album by him, Super Good was also a really good album that could be a really good makeout song album.
Guess you know? I'll write it down. Taking notes, everyone.
On the top of my head, I will go with the album Evolution by Boyz II Men.
Classic.
Absolutely.
The best makeout album of all time is Montero, Lil Nas X. It just is. I really don't even know why I have to explain why. I think if you listen to it in order, you'll feel a lot of things. If you make out to it, you'll also feel a lot of things, and you'll understand.
I love the qualification. It's important to listen to it in order.
In order.
I like it. Now I gotta.
You might not agree with this, but think for a minute. Absolution by Muse. Like, just consider it. You will see.
I'll have to give it a listen first. And then I'll come back with a strong opinion about it.
You do like a test run.
Yeah. I come back next week, I'm like, Vap, you lied.
All right, everybody, it is time to vote. There's a blue button across the bottom of your screen. Click the button that corresponds to one of these people, and we will send them to the finals. If you're watching us on YouTube or Twitch, there's a link in the chat that will take you right to the voting screen, and your votes count. We put it in right away. We might take a quick word for our sponsors, but we'll be right back in time for the answer. But then meanwhile, Allie she's got such confidence. She's like, look, you're gonna like this one.
And I like that it came with a set of instructions too. You cannot put this on shuffle. It will not work.
No.
No, it will not. If you don't, it will like be a breakup song instead of a makeout song.
Exactly. Ah, the 1975.
Nice.
I watch you when you sleep. All right.
I want to try and find the actual. I
You
love
wanna
to
find the
watch
actual-
you. Yes, so it's
Yeah.
I like it when you sleep, for you are so beautiful yet so unaware of it.
Oh, the Stalker's Anthem. I like it. Okay. I don't know.
It's a good album though, definitely worth a listen, I think. Don't look the name. Don't judge a book by its cover, don't judge an album's makeout capabilities by its title.
By its cover. Okay.
And Rex Kwando is a musician, and I think that gives him, greater authority. Well, with that, it says right there, I'm a musician.
Yeah.
So with that, let's move on to question number 3.
Let's do it. Let's see, what is it going to be?
If you could ask your pet one question in the whole world, and if they could answer you, what's your question for them?
We almost came to blows on this one during the announcement show. And I loved answer number 1, but answer number 2 was the funniest.
I think. Well, Trish, do you have an answer for this one?
I have so many questions. One is just like, why do you have attention deficit disorder? And then at the same time, you have like missing attention disorder. Like I can never do enough for this pet. Ever. And it's like, when is enough enough? What do you want? What do you really want? I've tried it all.
And for those of you who don't watch us all the time, that's Mickey, who shows up on the show all the time.
Yes, he does.
True. He's in the sitcom that is QOTD. He is a guest star.
Yeah. He's like the Kramer that just comes in and wrecks everything most of the time.
He comes in and the audience clap track starts playing. Everyone's going wild. Yeah.
JJ Walker. Well, what do you say? Let's see what the fans have.
Yes, let's dive into it. I'm excited to hear them talk.
If I could ask my pet any question, I'd probably ask him if he liked me. After all these years, I really want to know that because I feel like we're best friends, but what if he secretly hates me? That would be pretty sad.
It's like Fiddler on the Roof. You love me.
If I could ask my pet one question, it would be, what are the things that really make you happy, that you really enjoy in your life and want to do for the rest of your remaining years?
Very deep. As QOTD after
If I could ask my pet one question, it would probably be why he always pees in my bed. Yeah.
That's a good question. I would like to know the answer to that question.
Yeah, me too.
Same here. Oh my god.
If you could ask your pet one question and they could answer, what would it be? Yeah, I would ask him why he won't leave me the heck alone. He just bothers me all the time, and I'd like to know, why won't you leave me alone?
Why are you dogging me? Dog.
Truly. Biting at the heel.
If I could ask my pet one question, are you an agent? If you are an agent and you can talk, tell me right now. And I will ask that because I've been seeing all the movies. I've been seeing all the cartoon movies, and I really feel like dogs can talk. When they bark at us, I really feel like they talk, but we don't know what they're saying.
In code.
So I feel like if I could go to my pet right now, I would ask him, do you work for an agency? If you do work for an agency, I need to know.
Yeah, he's not going to tell you.
Let me know right now.
What's he going to tell you?
I hope you're not saying before. I won't tell nobody.
You're the target.
Yeah, I don't know. Be prepared for the implications.
So if I could ask my pet one question and they would answer me, I would ask them, why do they get, or this is probably like an answer to this, but why do they get the zoomies after you shower? So every single time I give my dog a bath and like I let him go afterwards, he's like zooming all across the house. So I've always wondered, like, why does that happen? Like right after you shower. So I'll ask him that.
He's looking for something to roll around in.
Yeah, that's my question. Why do you like to do that so much?
I just seem dirty.
So now it's time to vote, guys. There's blue buttons across the bottom of your screen if you're watching it on BeOnTheAir.com. If you're on YouTube or Twitch, there's a link that will take you right to the voting screen. Click on one of those buttons corresponding to these people. We will send them to the finals. Vote for the answer that you think is best, most inspiring, or most entertaining, or whatever you want. Answers will be here in 20 seconds. But what's it going to be? Is it going to be what makes you happy? Tara, very giving. Vivian wants to know why her dog pees in her bed. Yeah. El Holman's like, why are you following me around all the time and tripping me up, etc. Angel wants to know, are you an agent? And the answer is yes.
If you have to ask.
Exactly. BDS, look, our pet's got the zoomies. He hasn't gone through like all the training yet. Angel's pet has.
Oh, we have an answer coming up.
Nope.
Let's see.
Oh no!
Yes. Yes. This is the most important. Everything else is kind of speculative. Wouldn't it be nice to know whether or not your dog was an agent? But really, you gotta know. Like, why are you peeing on my bed?
It would be really. I'd love to know, like, but I feel like then you run the risk of saying, "Does your pet hate you? Is your pet trying to spite you, make your life miserable?" I don't know.
I think it's something. I think it's a deep, like, the pet is trying to tell you that, like, something big is happening. Like, you need to, like, there are aliens out in the world or something like that. Like, the pet is trying to communicate something big with such a act of defiance.
No, guys.
Well, do you want to move on to the next question?
Indeed, we do.
Let's do it. Let's see what it is.
If you could live in any fictional universe, what would it be?
Ooh.
We could do cartoons, we could do movies, books. What do you guys think?
Gonna go Candyland. For obvious reasons.
I love that. Yes.
Boy, there is a game that you can live in, right? Is that what you're thinking about, or are you talking about the one where the guy, like, eats maple syrup every day?
I'm just talking about the straight up game. But is there a Candyland movie?
No, but there should be. But there was a TV series about a guy with a pirate and a lot of maple syrup gets involved. It's a long story. I mean, I gotta go tried but true. I'm totally lame. I'm gonna go Lord of the Rings.
Oh.
I just want to go and, like, live in a land with elves. I don't have to be an elf. I could be me. But I just, like, every once in a while, hang out and have some of that lembas and wine and dance in the moonlight.
Incredible.
Feel warm and bright.
Yes. I'd be an elf friend.
I get it.
Oh, yeah. Although the shame is that the people that you meet, like, unlike in Candyland, you can't, like, take a bite out of them.
Unless you're an orc, in which case you can, yeah.
And I don't think cannibalism is allowed in Candyland either. But it's just like you can take a bite out of a tree, because that can't be. JJ's going in, he's gonna start just chomping away at people. Like, you're gonna be the town monster.
Hey, I'll eat the trees too. I'll eat everything. Well, I think we have some answers coming in, so let's see what people have to say, and if there are any other games that people want to live in.
Yeah, The Last of Us.
Well, I really want to live in magical power and alien universe. Thank you.
I think you gotta choose.
Yeah.
Either magical power or alien universe.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Fictional universe. First of all, I don't accept the fact that it is a fictional world, but it's the Who-niverse. It's the universe of the Doctor Who, and I want to travel with Doctor Who, and I want to be Clara Oswald. Yeah. Now.
Shout out to the super Hulakians in the chat right now.
If I could live in a fictional universe, it would definitely be Avatar, because I love the scenery. I love how it's just all magic, and also the fact how if you die, your spirit or soul lives on in this tree. So basically, you're still there. And I think they put a lot of work into it. You know, just like Lord of the Rings and all fictional. I love all fictional movies, to be honest.
I like the idea that you can, like, commune with your dragon, like with your hair.
If I could live in a fictional universe, I think I'd be a little bit scared, because I don't know what type of, like, conditions are going to exist in that realm. So I think anything benevolent, like fairies, or some type of, like, medieval kingdom, like, based on Disney, wouldn't be too scary. But anything else, I'd be a little bit reluctant.
Candyland.
Shrek. Be a Disney princess.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
Low stakes.
I really wanted to be in the Game of Thrones universe.
High stakes.
Until I realized how fast I would die. So, probably the Marvel universe. I'd love to be saved by Iron Man.
Kind of high stakes too.
Yeah, but when Iron Man's your friend, you're good.
If I could be in a fictional universe, I would be in like the Lord of the Rings universe. And I would totally be an elf because the elves are like the coolest and they're always also like the prettiest. Ooh, or I'd be like an Amazonian woman from Wonder Woman. Ugh.
Fictional hot girl. I get it.
Mm-hmm. Magical will be good too. Yeah, mythical, hot girl. Guys, it's time to vote. There are blue buttons running across the bottom of your screen. You can mash one of those buttons that corresponds to your favorite answer. If you are on YouTube or Twitch, there is a link in the chat you can click on that opens up the voting page. Your votes are calculated. It's about 20 seconds.
You know, I don't know anything about Lord of the Ring elves, but I'd like to be a Keebler elf. That's kind of more my style.
Ooh, yeah.
Live in a tree, bake cookies all day.
Don't you think it's like there's no female Keebler elves?
No.
They stuffed him back in the kitchen.
Yeah, exactly. And then they have like the guys out there pretending like they actually.
Yeah, good point.
Well, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna run for Congress. I'm gonna make some changes in the Keebler universe.
It's high time. It's high time. Well, Bob had a great answer. She was going with the Doctor Who universe, and I told you if it wasn't for the Daleks, it'd be a perfect place.
The Daleks, yeah, big problem.
Yeah, no, I love that. I love that show, and being Clara is so great because, you know, she is us, right? You get to experience the universe through her eyes.
True. Although from what I've heard, Doctor Who kind of doesn't treat his friends or companions that well. So tread with caution is all I'll say.
Well, you don't have to be even in that inner circle. You could just be a random pedestrian in the Doctor Who universe. Yeah, just saying. Knows no bounds.
I like it. Well, I think it's time to move on to the next question, I think. The fictional universe of the next question.
I also think that.
Okay, let's do it. Let's see what we have in store for us. I'm excited.
Me too. Ooh, what would be your job on the Death Star? Would anyone but me like to answer this question?
Well, notice that I'm here on the Death Star. I'm like the guy like down in the prison cells who's like, you can't bring up the key. I'd be that guy. I'd be like office staff.
Office staff.
I would be on the marketing agency, I think, or I'd be the head of PR for the Death Star. I did steal that from a fan, but I just thought it was such a brilliant answer because it's all about, I mean, they're all about image when you think of it. It's all down to like.
I mean, look, they've got a good message, right? They're bringing order to the universe, and they got the great outfits and everything like that. But then we're like, oh, they're so evil, but they're not. I mean,
that's her point. She's trying to help them out.
I know they need you.
Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah. And I'm here, guys. Come on.
Yes. Reid will send over her resume to a galaxy far, far away, a long, long time ago, and she'll get the interview. Well, I think we have some answers coming in from fans, so let's see if that answer comes up. That would be a little awkward, I will say.
I feel like if the Death Star needed some sort of PR consultant, I could step in for that role. I know that they're in a galaxy far, far away, so I don't know what kind of social media system they have in place there. But you gotta think that their image is clearly not too good, especially from the Rebels' point of view. So if they hired me, I think I could help shape their image, turn things around for them.
Another Imperial influencer.
This is a phenomenal question because people don't consider the fact that the Death Star is literally planet-sized. So think about the fact that, like, there are just so many people on the Death Star, and it is so unbelievably big. Like, it is hard to understand how big the Death Star is. So I would like to say my job would be as just any normal stormtrooper, but someone who got to travel to all of the different places, because I would just have to know what the system of travel is like in a planet-sized ship.
So he's saying mailman, right? That's what I got from that.
would say that my job on the Death Star would probably be something around the lines of clothing designer. I have noticed that the clothing designs are pretty outstanding on the Death Star. They look pretty imposing, but they look pretty sharp as well. And I'd just like to be part of a team that keeps our soldiers looking so classy all the time.
Classy. She's so right. I guess I kind of stole her.
I feel like for some reason I'd be that guy who's like right below Vader in commanding force, and I'd like say something that Vader doesn't like, and then he just lifts me up into the air to where I just can't breathe, and then I die. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like that would happen to me. You know, like I really would get choked out by Vader.
That's terrible. Don't sign up for that job.
I feel like on the Death Star, my job would be chef, because I'd just be straight cooking it up for all the Death Star employees. They know me by name, make the best pizza on Fridays. You know, I'm making soup on Tuesday, 5-bean soup on the Death Star. They love it. They know me. And, you know, no one can get mad at the chef if you're cooking up all the time. So that's why I'd be on the Death Star. I'd be chef.
I don't know, though. You give Darth Vader a bad taco.
You know, a bad cookie to a Wookiee.
Trash man.
Trash man.
It was trash. We've seen the trash. We know there's trash. They have to have a trash man. Wow, those were all really good answers. Whether you want to be an Imperial influencer, maybe a Stormtrooper mailman, maybe a clothing designer, obviously, the designated chokeout victim, or a Wookiee cookie. Whatever you're going to be. Let's vote for one of these. Oh, trash man. You vote by clicking one of those blue buttons on the bottom of your screen, and we will tally them all up and send one of these people to the finals.
Yes, we will. I'm still shook that the answer that Reid was inspired by was the first one that came up. That was kind of fun.
That's fine. We can work together, Phoebe. I'm not mad.
Yeah, they need a whole department.
Oh yeah.
Trash man.
Trash man.
I mean, that's the most practical job for sure. It's the most necessary. It's the most important. And
job security.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think you may recall that in Star Wars 6, they floated out with the trash. I think it was 6, maybe it was 5. They floated out with the trash, and so you know that like the head trash man got choked out.
And you also have to be aware of in the trash compactor that snake thing. Yank it down. Scary.
And then you're trying to pick up the trash, but all the little droids are like zipping around.
Yeah, no, it's a tough job, but someone's got to do it. Well, I think it's time for the next question. Ready, everyone?
Ready.
Let's zoom on into it. Let's see.
What fictional or mythological creature would you want as a pet? This is a brand new question this week, which means that the winner of this round will win $25. And if they win the grand championship at the end of the show, it'll be an additional $100.
Wow.
I'm going with Clifford the Big Red Dog on this one.
Ooh.
I like it.
Everyone loves Clifford, right? You get to slide down his ear.
But Shaggy, Scooby, you know that Scooby talks, sort of.
It's annoying.
You're like, I think. I don't know, you might as well just pee in the bed, right? That's the message that he wants to deliver.
Oh my God.
I don't know what he's saying.
He just has a speech impediment. No need to be so rude.
Oh, sorry.
That was wrong.
Yeah.
Thank you, Reid, for standing up for Scooby. Scooby's not even on the call right now.
But he's watching.
Yes, he is.
Those meddling kids.
Exactly. Well, I think we have some answers coming in, so let's see if anyone agrees with us about or has a decision between Clifford v. Scooby.
I can't decide whether I go with this one or this one. Can all Pokemons just be real? But if I have to choose, all right. It's Charmander all the way. I don't know why. Maybe because we're matching in color. I love the fire. I love everything about Charmander. So I think I'd love my own Pokemon because I want to be the very best that no one ever was, and I want to catch them all. Just to clarify that.
She said, "Pokemon Go."
What fictional or mythical creature would you want as a pet? Well, I want a fictional character, and it's the bear from the Big Blue House, because my daughter loved him, and he's big and cuddly, and he always used to make us feel happy, and used to sing that lovely song at the end, something like, goodbye, goodbye, my friends, goodbye. Now it's time to go. Come back very soon, I know.
Lots of singing today.
Well, it's worth extra credit as far as I'm concerned.
This answer is going to show my only childness growing up, but I would totally have Stuart Little as a pet. He's small and portable and can talk, so it's like a small, portable, built-in best friend. Like, who doesn't want one of those?
So cute.
Yeah. Although we discussed the implications of Stuart Little.
This is kind of a silly one, but I would absolutely love to have Ned from the band 21 Pilots, their mascot little guy. Oh, I would love to have him as a pet. He's just so cute and so adorable, and I just love him. And oh my god, I want him so bad.
Can somebody help me out here?
He's like a small little guy with like eyes. It's kind of.
This is another easy one. I have always wanted, since I was a little guy, Meowth, the Pokemon. I've always wanted like a talking cat. I always thought it was so cool that there was a Pokemon that not only was super sassy and could talk and had claws and loved gold and coins, but, he was a cat and he was a Pokemon and he had moves. And like, yeah, I want Pokemon to be real, number one, but I definitely want a Meowth.
I don't know about Meowth, but there's a cat on Thundercats. It's just
Pocket
like that.
Elf.
Totally want it.
Did anybody else watch Wizards of Waverly Place and remember when Alex Russo was trying to pass Spanish class and she got a little pocket elf? They were so adorable. I want one. I've never stopped thinking about it since like 2011.
That awakened memories from like the dark recesses of my mind. My God.
All right, folks. This is going to be a hard one, but we have to pick a winner to go to the finals. So mash one of the blue buttons that are across the bottom of your screen. If you are on Twitch or YouTube, there is a link in the chat that will direct you immediately to the voting screen, and then you can weigh in on this important decision. Wow. I am embarrassed to say that I didn't know all the characters. I didn't know 21 Pilots. I didn't know Wizards of Waverly Place. I did know Charmander though. And so that's where I'm going. And Fifi Bell, I'm sure it's awesome, but I just don't know if it's made it to the States yet.
What is it?
Oh, Tabitha, you won $25. Congratulations.
Yes. R.I.P. Pikachu. Just throw him back. But that was a really great. I mean, I looked it up. There are over 1,000 Pokemon to choose from. So if there's a fictional universe to get a pet from, it is Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
But you got to get them all.
Yeah.
Good point. And that's going to cost a lot in terms of Pokemon food.
Oh yeah. Oh, and don't even mention the cleanup.
Well, I think it is time for the next question. And if I'm not mistaken, we might have one more. Yeah, let's see. Let's see what it is.
So we have gone across all kinds of worlds and galaxies today, and now here we are on Earth, and this zombie apocalypse is upon us. What celebrity would you want on your zombie apocalypse survival squad?
I think that this is so obvious that anybody who thought about it for more than a second would come up with exactly the same answer as me. And the answer is Matt Damon. For sure. Because you know, Brad Pitt, like he's done his own zombie movies, but there's never been a movie that Brad Pitt did that Matt Damon wouldn't have been better in it. And so I'm thinking that Matt Damon, with his charm, his acting skills, and his great understanding of science, you know, from The Martian, he'd crush it. We would build a new civilization.
I like that answer.
I've given that quite a bit of consideration.
That's fair. I saw Zombieland, and I feel like I would be remiss if I did not say Woody Harrelson. So, yeah.
He's unpredictable. He's erratic.
And we were talking about getting high today.
Full circle moment, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think we have some answers coming in, so let's see if people agree with us about either Matt Damon or Woody Harrelson, or if there are other Rex they have.
I would want to have two people in my zombie apocalypse. I would want someone who can fight, like The Rock, and then I'd also want someone who they would go after first, like a punchable celebrity like Scott Disick or someone like that.
Throw Scott Disick to the wolves.
So I thought about this for a while, and my first obvious answer was The Rock. It's like, clearly he's smart, he's athletic, he's talented, he knows his stunts, whatever, he can protect himself. But the longer I thought, I was like, surely I have to pick Elon Musk. He has tons of resources, tons of people on his side, and he's already crazy enough to believe it's going to happen anyway.
Yeah, will those things really pay off in a post-apocalyptic future, though? Does he
Is that
bring
even
the
a
money?
question? Benedict Cumberbatch. He's literally everything.
Doctor Strange, right?
Yeah, he has those powers in real life too.
I'd want Xena, warrior princess, because she's fierce and, you know, she's pretty to look at. I'm also dating myself here.
You know, it came on right after Hercules. The two of them together would make the most.
I would
awesome
have to
squad.
pick Chris Hemsworth. One, he's Thor, so he could probably figure that out. Two, if I'm gonna die in a zombie apocalypse, I want the last thing that I look at to be Chris Hemsworth.
Oh yeah, a sweaty and all bruised up Chris Hemsworth nonetheless.
To be honest, I want Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson on my zombie apocalypse squad. He's very big. He can move objects if we ever get stuck. He can probably take a few zombies. And end of the day, I feel like I could outrun him if need be. And you know, he'll probably keep the zombies filled up for a little bit.
Well, you're taking a risk there, Quinn, from Los Angeles. Well, we had a lot of good answers here. But 3 votes for The Rock, right? Plus Benedict Cumberbatch, Xena, warrior princess, and Chris Hemsworth. Who do you agree with? I don't know. Click on one of these blue buttons and we will send somebody to the finals. The best answer.
Yes. Yeah, no, I will mention we got 3 answers for The Rock, and I think the proportions of 50% The Rock accurately reflect just how many people said he would be their pick.
Yeah.
Just so many people.
But I like the combos because it's not just The Rock. It's Rock plus Scott Disick, Rock plus Elon Musk, or The Rock plus
Paper
something to
Sippers.
slow him down. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the famous celebrities, the slowdown.
Oh no! Well, sorry, Mr. Johnson. Looks like Xena, warrior princess. Will take
You got beat out by a girl. That's what happened.
Xena Warrior Princess, like, changed my perceptions of women. Gotta say.
Feminism.
Yeah. And it all happened on a Saturday afternoon
That's right.
There we go.
when I was pretending to be sick during the week, maybe.
Oh, well, I think we've done it. I think we've gone through all of the answers or all of the questions for this week, if I'm not mistaken. I think there's one thing left to do, and that is announce the winner.
We're gonna vote for it.
Yes.
Yeah. And then we.
This is a democracy.
Yeah, my goodness. So what happens now is we are going to go and play all the videos that you voted for, all the semi-finalists, and then thou shalt vote, right? There'll be blue buttons across the bottom of your screen that you can vote for. If you're on YouTube or Twitch, there is a link in the chat that will enable you to open up the voting screen. Go ahead and just vote for one of these guys. Whoever you vote for is going to be our champion of the week. How about that? So, Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it. Very exciting. Let's get into the recap.
If I could ask my pet one question, it would probably be why he always pees in my bed.
Poor Vivian. Vivian is answering the question. If you could ask one question to your pet, what would you ask them?
Trash man.
Yeah. Emma's telling us what her job would be on the Death Star. Trash man. Yes.
What is something terrible you ate just to be polite? Well, I've got to say, it was artichokes. Oh my goodness. I couldn't get them down. I literally, and it was dipping them in the leaves, dipping them in something. It was gruesome. In fact, I'm sure, if I remember rightly, I think I almost sicked them up behind a plant pot. It was disgusting. Never again.
That sounds disgusting. Phoebe Bell's answering the question, what's something that you ate just to be polite?
I can't decide whether I go with this one or this one. Can all Pokemons just be real? But if I have to choose, all right, it's Charmander all the way. I don't know why. Maybe because we're matching in color. I love the fire. I love everything about Charmander. So I think I'd love my own Pokemon because I want to be the very best that no one ever was, and I want to catch them all. Just to clarify.
Yeah, thanks for straightening that out. Tabitha's answering the question, what fictional animal would you like to be
The
your
one
pet?
that comes to mind is that one 1975 album. I think it's something like I Love to Watch You When You Sleep. It's a creepy name, but there's a lot of good songs on there for making out.
So Resource Quanto's answering the question, what is the best makeout album of all time?
Fictional universe, first of all, I don't accept the fact that it is a fictional world, but it's the Who-niverse. It's the universe of the Doctor Who, and I want to travel with Doctor Who, and I want to be Clara Oswald. Yeah, now.
If you could live in any fictional universe, what would it be? She says, Doctor Who's.
I'd want Xena, warrior princess, because she's fierce and, she's pretty to look at.
Answer
I'm
number
also
7.
dating myself here.
That's okay. Christine's answering the question. What was the question?
What celebrity would you want in your zombie apocalypse?
Yes, if you had to live through the zombie apocalypse, who would you want to be on your survival squad? Xena. Great answer. So, now it is time to vote. There are buttons on the bottom of your screen, and this is it, guys. We are going to pick the best of the best for the whole week. Who's going to be our champion? It's up to you.
Yes, go and vote. This is the time. Well, you should be voting throughout the show, but this is the time to vote.
Best makeout album of all time. Noel Green.
I know.
Oh, from those culinary experts from London, England, comes the gross food that you had to eat because you wanted to be polite. You didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings, so you had to choke down the artichoke.
So just for playing QOTD today, Fifi Bell has won $125.
Wow.
Wow. Think about that, folks. Next week, when the announcements come out, answer. If you record your own answer and make it to the finals, you, like Fifi Bell, could win $125. Easiest way to get your answers each day is to subscribe.